So I have been testing the Zeblaze BTalk 3 GPS smartwatch for the past few days now. And with every passing day, it is becoming my favorite sports smartwatch under $40, which even comes with GPS inside it. So in this video we're gonna be exploring all of its features, but before we start, if you're new to the channel, a subscribe would be highly appreciated. If we take a quick look inside the box, we get the smartwatch, silicone and nylon straps, a 2-pin magnetic charger, screen protector, and the user manual. Most of the time we see sports smartwatches with a rugged look, but it comes in a very decent style. It has a very slim and lightweight design. It's using a plastic frame, while the crown key used here is of stainless steel. It is rated 3 ATM level waterproof, which means it is water resistant up to 30 meters. And it can also be normally used while washing hands or in rainy days, and you can even use it while swimming, but do remember that you cannot use it for diving. Then we get a 1.43 inches AMOLED display on top. The screen resolution is 466 into 466, which makes everything quite clear, and the AMOLED display adds great detailing and great saturation level to the colors. The minimum brightness level as well as the maximum brightness level is just amazing, and the display will be crystal clear even in the direct sunlight. On the top it uses Gorilla Glass, which will keep it safe from scratches, and here it uses 22mm removable straps, and you can use any 22mm straps here. Here's how it looks on the wrist. It has a quite comfortable fit. It takes the advantage of the AMOLED display really well. We have the always on display option, which can stay on for the whole day or until the battery runs out. And what's even more great about this model, the always on display is designed according to every watch face. For example, this always on display style is according to this watch face, and I'm going to change the watch face now. Let's go with this one, and here you will see that it has the always on display according to this watch face. Let's go with this one, and here you can see that it will show the always on display according to this watch face. It is just amazing, and it's not just for the digital watch faces, it also has the always on display style according to every analog watch face also. If we talk about the normal screen time of the smartwatch, it is 60 seconds, and after 60 seconds of inactivity the display is going to turn off or turn on the screen off dial. We also have the auto dim at night option, which will automatically decrease the brightness level when it's night time, and it also comes with the raise to wake as well as the tap to wake gesture to easily wake the display. The overall UI is designed really well. It is really smooth to navigate, and every part is given great attention. The UI tells a lot about the development of the smartwatch. Even some expensive rugged smartwatches do not have such a smooth UI, but this one has a very interactive UI, and you are really going to enjoy the smartwatch while using it. The watch faces for this model are also designed really well. There are plenty of options to choose from using the application. To install more watch faces in it, you can use the FitBeing application. This application is used by some of the very highly ranked smartwatches I've reviewed. And if you visit the face gallery, then it comes with a lot of watch faces option, and as you can judge from here, all of the watch faces are designed really well. Some of the watch faces even allow you to choose different colors on them. And if you talk about the custom watch face, then it even allows 3 custom watch faces at the same time, and you can customize each one of them with different clock colors and different clock positions. Being a sports smartwatch, it also gets the sports mode button, using which you can directly access 60 plus sport modes. And as I mentioned in the intro, the smartwatch also comes with GPS inside it for precise tracking. Before starting, you can tap on the settings icon to customize the goals and the units, and you can also set up notifications. When you will start it, first it's going to search for the GPS signals, and then it's going to start the sports mode. So let's test it out. So as you can see here, it has detected the GPS signal and the sports mode has started. When you are using the sport modes which use GPS, it's going to show your live movement, which can actually help in going back to the starting point. So now I'm going to take a walk around the house, and then I'm going to compare it with my iPhone to see if the pedometer was accurate or not. So I'm back after the workout, and if you check with the smartwatch, it has counted 265 steps. And here is my iPhone. It was previously showing 2799 steps for the day, and if you check now, it is showing 3082 steps, which means it has counted 283 steps. According to that, the accuracy is not bad. There is a 5 to 10% difference, but it was because I was walking in a closed area. When walking outside with better GPS signals, the accuracy will be better. So the sports freaks can also access the activity application, where they can access all of the sports related data. We have the steps, calories burned, and the minutes you would have walked. It also keeps the record of the workouts, and it also has a separate application which only tells you about the steps you have walked for the day. Now let's move from the sports related applications to the health related applications. So we also get the sleep tracker inside it, and it has worked pretty well for me. It's past 12 am, that's why it is not showing my sleep time here. But here's the sleep data for the last day. It recorded every part of my sleep quite well. So I went to sleep at around 1 am, so it has recorded my sleep time to be 1:17 am because it would have taken me 10 to 15 minutes to fall asleep. And then I woke up at 4:39 am for the morning prayer. Then I went to sleep after about 2 hours, and here you can see that it has again noted that I went to sleep at 6:43 am and then I woke up at 11:11 am. It was quite good in wiring my sleep. So if you woke up for a long period of time, for example 2 hours in my case, then it is going to divide your sleep data. Otherwise it will show it as one sleep cycle and will show the awake time between them. Then we also get the breathe training application, and the good thing is that it also comes with the customization options for the time as well as the speed. Females can also keep a track of their cycle, and it also lets you set up the cycle directly in the smartwatch. The smartphone application can also connect with Apple Health as well as Strava to keep all of your health data at one place. So we have the heart rate and the blood oxygen level checker here. So let's go ahead and compare it with the oximeter. Before starting, do remember that the smartwatches might not be 100% accurate every time. So if you have a serious condition, I would recommend you to not rely on them and always opt for the real health gadgets like an oximeter or the blood pressure checker. And also if you are using a smartwatch for the health data measurements, then make sure that you are wearing it at a 2 finger distance from the wrist bone. So let's start the heart rate checker. I'm gonna start the oximeter. So the oximeter is currently showing 84 beats per minute, and the same value is currently being shown by the smartwatch. And as the value is rising on the oximeter, it is also rising on the smartwatch, and the values are continuously same on both of the devices. As you can see that the value is rising on the smartwatch and it is also going higher on the oximeter. So I'm gonna remove it now and we're gonna run it one more time. So let's wear it again. Here is the heart rate checker. So this time our heart rate has gone down to 69 to 70 beats per minute, and the same value is being shown on the smartwatch, which makes me believe that the heart rate sensors are working quite well. But let's do some workout. When the pulse rate goes high, can it still show accurate values or not? So now I've done a little workout. Let's check the heart rate checker now and see if it still can show correct values or not. So according to the oximeter, currently my heart rate is around 120 beats per minute, and here you can see that the smartwatch is also showing similar values, and even when the pulse rate goes high after a workout, it will still show accurate values, and the smartwatch has passed my oximeter test. The smartwatch also has all of the basic features that a Bluetooth smartwatch has. The smartwatch supports Bluetooth calling, using which you can directly call any number from the smartwatch. And not just that, you can also receive calls directly on it. It even supports calls from WhatsApp. Then if you scroll down in the application, we also have the notifications option, using which you can also receive phone notifications directly on the smartwatch. Here's how the notification center looks like, and it even has red dot alert for unread notifications. And after connecting with the application, you can also sync the weather updates. And the thing that I really like about this smartwatch is that it even allows you to add multiple cities in the weather application. And other than weather, we also get the world clock option here, where you can add multiple cities. You can directly access this option in the smartphone application. Other than that, we also get the basic utility applications like alarms. Yes, you can also add alarms directly in it. You can even select the days if you want to repeat it. Here's how the alarm is shown. It rings as well as vibrates, and we have the stop and the snooze option here. You can also turn on mute mode from the control center if you do not want any of the sound alerts. In the timer application, we have some predefined times, and you can also set time according to your need. And when the timer ends, it rings as well as vibrates. This is something that I really like, as most of the Bluetooth smartwatches only vibrate when the time ends. Then we also get the stopwatch application here, so you can add as many laps as you want here. And another good thing is that it can even run in the background, which is missing in most of the Bluetooth smartwatches we get in this price range. We also have the remote camera option, and the good thing about it is that it even supports your default camera application. It even allows you to set timer. So this option is missing in most of the smartwatches, as on most of the smartwatches that I've reviewed, they let you use the remote camera option only in the watch application. And then we have the music application, using which you can control the media playing on the device. In the end, it comes with a 300 mAh of battery capacity, and it takes around 1.5 hours to fully charge from 0% to 100%. As far as they advertised, Without the always on display enabled and normal usage, it can give you around 14 days of battery life, while in my experience with the always on display enabled, the smartwatch can give you 2 to 3 days of battery life. And without the always on display enabled, it can actually give you around 10 to 15 days of battery life. So in my opinion, the Zeblaze BTalk 3 GPS smartwatch is the best sports smartwatch that you can get under $40 with GPS inside it. It also has many other plus points like an AMOLED display, the always on display option. We also have a lot of sport modes as well as the health sensors are working quite well. To place an order, you can find the link in the description box. If you found the review helpful, make sure to subscribe, like and comment down below, and also turn on notifications for the future videos. I will see you in the next video.